Just over a month with Bruce, and here is an owner's review of the Omoda C9 Explore. I'm not a car reviewer, I'm not a journalist, I'm just telling you about my car that I bought. Asiqale nje la, remote start. You can switch the car on without being inside, so it can start cooling the cabin and heat the engine. I mean, just look at this car. It's gorgeous. Everywhere I go, I know, hands down, this car has a wow factor. And obviously, looks are subjective. Some people think this car is hideous. It's quiet, it's smooth. Honestly, as soon as you get into this car, you feel like going on a long trip. Suspension. In mid, it still gives you the comfort, but it gives you enough firmness that it feels very light around the corners and it corners flat and properly, even at high speeds. I really love how premium this car feels. From any seat at the back, you can get the fan blowing. You've got vents in each pillar and in the middle, and you can control the fan speed and the seat heating, and you have 2 USB ports. This car has a lot of driver assistance features, so let me show you the ones that I actually do use. When you brake hard, the car doesn't go like this. It stays flat. You can feel you're braking, but not as much as you'd feel even when you're going at high speeds. Whilst I'm sitting here enjoying this, I can play some gums from the 14 speaker Sony system. We've got 3 speakers in the dashboard. We've got 2 speakers at the front. We've got 4 speakers on the rear doors. And then we have 3 speakers at the back in the booty. And then we've got 2 speakers on the headrest. The 2 speakers on the headrest don't really work as multimedia speakers, but you can use them to drown out the sound when you're driving. And then you can also use them to listen to your phone calls without disturbing the other passengers. 192 kilowatts, 400 Newton meters of torque. This isn't a sports car, granted, but damn, you can really overtake when you need to overtake. You don't feel the speed in this car because it's so comfortable. It's so smooth. The power delivery is very good. The only thing that's a problem is a throttle mapping. See, I've pressed. Now the car is picking up. You look at this and you think, oh, massage? No massage. But at least the seats are very comfortable. They'll heat, 3-level heating, and they'll cool you, 3-level cooling. And this side as well. Go to the back seats, can heat them, 3 levels as well. We also have fragrances, but to be honest with you, the fragrances for me are a bit of a gimmick. This is a 660 liter boot. We have a baby, so you know when you travel with the baby, literally you're going to pack any and everything you need. And we need our luggage as well. And you need the passenger's luggage as well. And all of that fits in here. Obviously, you're not going to fit a pram with luggage. A whole me in the booty. That sunshade goes all the way back. So even Ruhama can get to see the sun and the sky whilst we drive. Really love that. Oh yeah, quick fact, something you get used to. These are the hazards over here. Don't call Omoda and ask them where the hazards after watching this review. They're over here, right over there. This storage bin is cooled and it's very, very large. See how much of my arm actually goes into there? My wife actually filled this up with a lot more. I just had to try and take things out whilst I was shooting this. You can already see there's hand sanitizer. Not a gimmick. This actually works. That's how you change the gear a la Mercedes, and it's very convenient. So when you switch the car off, the chair slides back and it stays in that back position so that when you come in, you see how comfortable it was. Then as soon as you switch the car back on, it goes back into the last driving position. So whilst this spaceship called the Omaibak has its own navigation that can also display on the heads up and can also display on the screen, what you're going to use is Google Maps or Waze. And you're going to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. But the annoying thing is, you can't get Google Maps, Waze, or Android Auto or Apple CarPlay on the driver's display or your navigation on the heads-up. You have to be using Turbo Dog 9 for that. And that's frustrating. Omoda, if you're watching this, it's just a software update. If iDrive 9 and iDrive 8.5 can have Apple Play and Android Auto integrated in the driver's display, I know you can do it too. It's a bit dark in here. Hi Omoda. Open the sunroof. Hi Omoda. Open the sunshade. There you go. Now there's a bit more light in the cabin. Let's talk about space in the back. You get quite a bit of recline in the back seat, and it's very comfortable for long journeys. You get an armrest, and when you're sitting in the armrest, your arms do not actually get bothered. Something that's very convenient. This is the memory seats and how you do the settings. This is my sitting position. It's saved as 1. I just long press, takes the steering wheel back, the mirrors, and the chair back into my driving position. My wife also has her own driving position, so we don't have to be fighting about why is my seat here. Now the biggest reason that made me buy this car instead of a BMW X3 is because this car feels so premium inside. The new BMW X3, my problem with it, when I got inside, the use of the plastics and cloth, even with the leather option, just made it feel a bit cheap to the touch. Most of your touch points are plastic. On top of that, I drove this car and I'm like, guys, this car is only basically 900,000. If I buy this car, it's really enough for me. I will buy based on the value I get from the product, and the value that I've been getting from the Omoda C9 is worth it. Yes, it uses more fuel than a diesel car. Hello, it's not a diesel car, but do I care about fuel consumption? Do I really care? No. My overall impressions of the Omoda C9, it's such a beautiful car. Oh man, my family really loves this car. I really love this car. We've enjoyed it, whether it's doing errands that are like 2 minutes away, whether it's taking a long trip. We've done about 4,000 kilometers in this car, which we've done long distance in. As soon as you arrive at your destination, you don't even feel tired. You don't feel like you've been traveling for that long. I mean, this car just feels so well built. It feels very solid. It's smooth. It's very comfortable. Cherry on top, it's luxurious. You have enough power to overtake when you need to overtake and to get places quickly if you need to get places quickly. It's not a sports car. I know you see the numbers and think, oh my God, I'm going to, Obviously, that power comes with a bit higher consumption, but the 65-liter tank has given us 730 kilometers on average. Also, for 192 kilowatts, a petrol 2-liter SUV that weighs 1.8 tons, getting on average 9.4 liters per 100 kilometers, honestly is not bad at all. This car drives like a Lexus. I think that's why it's called an Exceed RX, because I think maybe the benchmark for it was the Lexus RX. I'm the Don, and this was my owner's review of an Omoda C9.